All right, we're live. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this thing going. I'll join in. Say hello when you come in. I'll wait for some people to come on. Tried to do some lives yesterday. It's not coming up on my studio yet. Let's see if it's working. Somebody's on here. Y'all say hello when you come in. So let me change the thumbnail. Trying to change the thumbnail. It takes a minute to come up on the studio. So let's see if I can get yesterday's race pulled up.
YouTube TV has no hidden fees and includes unlimited DVR space. YouTube TV, try it free. Shop the Google Store to get Nest Cam, the indoor camera getting rave reviews.
Trying to share it. Share to newsfeed. Share to group. Share to group. This is weird that it doesn't let me, when I'm on StreamYard, it doesn't let me change thumbnail or add monetization. What's up? Say hello when you come in. I'm going to try to pull up some of the race. See if I can get this working. So I'm going to try to get the Chrome tab. This is the start of the nitro buggy main. My dumbass left the camera on indoor, so at one point the sun comes out pretty hard and you can't see the backstretch. It's real bright because the indoor settings is for low light, like what's on right now, low light and um, no fast movement, which is bad for this. So I really furious about that, but what can you do? Let's get this ad off here. So let's go here. Let's get back on this screen. So yeah, I started technically qualified fifth. Jeremy left. So I was in the fifth position to start, but he left, so that put me starting fourth. I think that's me third right now. Telling David I need to take my time because shortly here they mess up and I go in the lead. They were fast right out of the gate. That was Ben Brocado and I guess Chauncey Mack. Chauncey Mack, he messed up right there. Then Ben messed up and I got around, so I'm in the lead now. The car was incredible the race before, but I had some subcultures on there. I glued up a new set. I had my last set that I had from left over, and then I wrecked right there and let him go. But the track got a lot of moisture in it from when they watered it, and it was like the sun was going down, so it never went away. So I had way too much grip, and the car was biting and grabbing everything. It wouldn't rotate through there. It's kind of hard to drive. There's David Sawyer right there. He was my pit guy down there. You can hear him on the headsets. We got the headsets all mic'd up. So I think right now Ben's starting to pull away from me a little bit right there. I just put my head down and started trying to drive clean. That section right there was really sketchy this race only. The rest of them I could hammer down wide open through there, and that's the thing. Ben could. My tire choice was good for grip, but a little too much because it was grabbing everything. So that's what David said. Yeah, the track came to him in his setup, and where it kind of hurt me. So y'all say hello when you come in. We're just watching the main from yesterday. We're in a nitro buggy. It was a lot of fun. There's a good battle. It gets good towards the end, about the second half. We just swap it back and forth, and we each make a mistake and get right back on each other. And at one point we were right there's Joseph. What's up? Yeah, you missed a good one, Joseph. You could have been in the middle of this. You might have pulled away from us because my speed wasn't there. I think I was a half a second or so off the pace according to the lap times because they had a bad tire selection. Had a lot of grip. And it was easy to drive. The race before that, it was like drifting around the track. So it was fact. Texas Hill Country Home, Custom Home, what's up? I saw you were on there yesterday. I tried to do some lives from the track, but I was so busy I couldn't keep them going, so I aborted that. Right here, I'm trying to run him down a little bit. Pace was pretty decent. His seemed to come on better. Xavier's RC, what's happening? We're watching the race from yesterday at SHARC. Their memorial races, usually their biggest race of the year. It's not quite as big as it has been in the past, but it was a decent turnout. I think 79 entries. Ran some nitro buggy. I had broken in both heats, which is rare for me. First heat, got your Stampede from 2015 live. Joseph, I wish I came out. I hated it. Let me pause this. Let's see. Y'all start talking. I'm going to get all messed up. Dad said all the stuff this weekend probably shouldn't. Spent all day rebuilding stuff yesterday, so I probably needed to prioritize. Yeah, I got you. I got to looks like I'll be doing that next week with mine because mine's a hot mess now. A lot of dust. It was a filter every run kind of race. So the first heat race, I made one lap, came around this on 1.5 laps, came around this side over here on the right back corner, landed funny or something, and it felt like something was broke. It wouldn't go, and then all of a sudden it went. So I said, well, screw it. So I went on down. I got in that left corner, all the way to the left corner. It wouldn't hardly go, like a broken clutch or something. And pulled it off, and the front right arm was broke. Then get back to the trailer to fix it, and I didn't have any hard arms left. So let me take that down. So yeah, so I didn't have any hard arms left. So I put some used, almost brand new soft arms on there, which I didn't have any choice. I had 2 hard arms that were both lefts, and I needed a right. So didn't realize I was out. So then the second heat, it was running great. Me and Jeremy were battling back and forth, really similar speed. We both had some good pace. And like the last lap or two, mine just locked up and wouldn't go. I put new hinge pins in it too, because the hinge pins were kind of sketchy. And I put it back together. I didn't put the set screws that hold the hinge pins in the back. And I put Loctite on the nuts on the front, but somehow they backed off. One of them backed off, and the pin fell back, and then the axle came out and locked up and broke the hinge pin. So that's when I started 5th, and I put it back together. I didn't have another new hinge pin. I had to put the old one back in it, and I Loctited the hell out of it and hope for the best, and it held up. So not a typical thing for me. I usually don't have those arms. Don't hardly ever break. They do every once in a while, and maybe it was a little worn out already, and probably a lot of hits. From practice earlier, I had a couple of bad runs because I hadn't been on the track yet. Maybe that had something to do with it. Let's turn this race back on here. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, that's where Ben made a mistake over there. You can see him jumping up and down over there, and I got around him. This is where I put my head down and start making clean laps. You realize it was right there. It's so sketchy. All day it was fine until this race. I had to go so super slow through there because there's a rut right over here as you come into that little first hump, and it would get all wiggly and crash. So because the tires were just biting too much right there. But before, I was just hammered down wide open almost, would have to lift when I got to the big jump. So he had big advantage on me back there, over there. And then in the back left corner, I started making some mistakes. So when I got ahead, I started double singling instead of tripling it because it was a little sketchy according to how you approached it. And he was nailing them every time. Right here, he's running me down a little bit. He did have a little more pace than I did, but at one point I pulled away. I had a mistake there, so I backed off from that triple. He must have had a mistake too. So I think this is where I pull away. And I get almost to lapping him and then slow down and ease up and let him catch me because he was way faster at that point. There was a lot of beeps in this video. At one point, David told me just double single it, and I started doing that, and that was a smart move. Track was real fun right there on the right side. See there, it got me right there. Just so much grip right there. He'll reach out and grab it. So this got pretty exciting to end. At one point, you can see pretty decent right here, but at one point the sun came back out, and the back section of the track was almost hard to see. It was completely hard to see on this video. I made a mistake in my settings or didn't check it. So I go real slow through there and then gas it to the jump. Car was slow through that little S section there. Just wasn't drifting like the second heat race. It just drifted through there because it was real dry, and the tires I had on there were a little worn. So there comes the sun. It's going to blind the back of the track back there. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to get my stuff together one day. See, I take that inside line there to avoid that rut, and do okay, but I had to go super slow. It was killing me. And I'm starting to get away from them now because they're racing each other. Him and Chauncey Mack, Doc.
Good time? Okay.
So yeah, David's calling me in. We're gonna take another lap. We'll come in on this lap. This is first. Oh, yeah, shorted that one. That sucks. Luckily the car held together. And what's really weird is they went to call us in. Like as soon as we got back to the trailer with my broken car, they're saying, "Get your car ready. We're gonna run y'all first." I was like, "What?" And said some people had to leave, so Jeremy and Doc had to leave. All right, we're gonna have to leave. All right, come in the pits right here. This is David's first left-handed pit stop with a backwards pit road. So I told him, take your time, just make sure you get it full. That's the most important thing. So yeah, that's what I was telling him. So yeah, the back of the track's blind right now. You can't even really see it for this half of the track. So that's totally my fault. I couldn't have been a worse race to do that on. So y'all can say hello or join the chat and let me know what you think. Let's see if I can see this on studio yet.
Yeah, 14, 15, whatever you think.
That's not showing up. So let me pause this here for just a second. I've got to get this. You have to turn monetization on from YouTube somehow. You have to turn monetization on from YouTube somehow. Robert Daughtry says, getting old, Dan, 57, I crashed way too much. I do too. Some of those, let's see here. Bear with me. Why is this not going to the studio? Okay, here we go. I can't turn it on from my phone, but apparently I can turn it on from the computer. So I got to open another window. All right, so let's go back. Yeah, that's where I started double singling back there, and a little wide right there. That section right there is fun because the car would drift. This race, it didn't drift as much as I needed it to. Like I said, because the tire was just not quite there. The tire was good. If the track would have been dry like it was before, it would have been incredible. But I should have changed to the Cosmos, green Cosmos. I thought about it, but I didn't want to risk it. So here we are.
Yeah, it's much easier to drive. It's kind of tricky because it wants to bite too hard sometimes. I take it easy right there. It wants to bite.
Yeah, the track had a few dry spots that it would do okay in. Some of the little tight turns. Like right there, it was pretty good. Right here, it was much better than it was before. Back there, sketchy as hell all day. I see you can't see it, but at one point, when we were really battling it out, I jumped over the top of him on that triple back there, and you can't see it on the video. It sucks. See, I go so slow through there. Let me go back to this other thing. So, Texas Hill Country Homes, exciting race. What was that little thing you put in your car before the start? You said Ungaro used them too. I commented on that comment. A couple of years ago, several years ago actually, I made this for a starter switch. Let me stop this again. I'm gonna miss something if I don't. So, several years ago, I made this switch. So, have you seen the XT60 plugs, the little yellow plug? there's a mountable one they make for drones, and I put that in the battery tray, and I make a little jumper. So it's just soldered together with a piece of heat shrink on it, and you just plug it in. That's how you turn the car on and off. So several people copied it. After that, they come out with this new product and all this stuff. And it was right after I did. I think T-Works came out with one. This guy in Australia came out with one. Now Ungaro, the world champion, has got his own. Now his is made for the associated car, and it's got a carbon plate that fits it custom. It's really nice. So it's totally different, but I did it first. And it's been great. Several people gave me a bunch of crap about it when I first did it. Now, Ty Tessman did something similar back when he was running, back when he was running HB. He had just an XT60 plug glued in there. And that's kind of where I got the idea from. But I found this mountable one. I thought, man, if they have a mountable one, that'd be better. So his failed on him because something broke. He had a little loop going in there, and it just wasn't ideal. And his broke, and they all give him hell about it. So I found this mountable one, and it mounts perfect. It's solid as can be. And so this thing is hard to plug in and out. It's never came out on me. What I'll do every now and then, I'll take a little tool in there and spread the pins apart, make sure it fits tight. I've been running it for 2 or 3 years, and it's never failed on me. So, and a lot of people make them with a little loop on it so you can grab it and pull it off. Actually on HB, it stays kind of low profile. So I just put a little piece of gluable adhesive glue heat shrink on there, and it works great. So let's go back to this. So right here is where I was just making clean laps, and you can see that must be being at the end of the straight right there. I'm half a lap ahead now and starting to pull away just a little bit because I'm making clean laps. I made a long run of clean laps without mistakes. Wasn't fast because I was backing off everywhere, like right there. Super slow. See how sketchy it grabbed it right there? It hadn't done that all day. It drifted okay right there. Drifted out there. But I just had to take it easy, keep from screwing up. It was good on that back right corner. It was, I guess, about as good as it could be on that back section. But when he started catching me, I had to turn it up and start hitting that triple back there. So let's see here. Let me open it back up to the screen where I can see it good. Yeah, at this point, I was feeling pretty confident, and he started throwing down some good laps, and he was pushing it, and I made a couple of mistakes that let him creep up on me, and then his speed started catching me, and then we battled it out. Let's see. I don't know how many minutes left on this. 12 minutes left on the video. Oh, that's where I screwed up right there. That was big. This has a long one. So he went all the way from this right corner and got within a few seconds of me right there. I think that was it. Now he's going to throw down some heaters and catch me. I wish the video would have turned out right. Yeah, so he had a 26.7. I had 23.3. So was that 6-7 seconds I gave up right there? That hurt pretty bad. That's why I was going to turn it up. I had to when he was starting to catch me. So there I am on the front triple. He's on the straightaway now. So straightaway lead plus a couple of turns. Now he's getting ready to pit again. He had 2 guys pitting him in cone. Oh, I'm fixing to have an ad pop up. We like ads. That's how we get paid. Except for I don't get paid watching my own thing. So we'll skip this. Just in time for a beep. Yeah, I must have wrecked right there. Yeah, there's a couple of places where the track would just reach out and grab me. Oh, there he comes in the pit. See him? He's got two people, Aiden Cone and oh my gosh, Trevor Michaels. Yeah. So yeah, he's calling me in. I said we're gonna wait until make sure it's clean, pit road's clean. So I'm coming in now. Here comes David for his second left-handed pit stop. Grabs it one-handed like a boss. Not bad at all, making sure it's full. And it did a good job because at the end I had the fuel tank had a little over a quarter of an inch of fuel, maybe a little more than that. So they probably had another minute and a half plus on there. So now the track's super bright on the back. You see it beeped. I forgot to see the color change right there is where I edited it. That's how much it changed. Yeah, I flipped over and landed on the tires on that one. That back jump was tricky. And there he comes. He's closing in. I screwed that up, and he's going to close in a little more out there. A little beep. Yeah. Yeah, he got around me right there where I screwed up. So there I am in second. This is where it all begins. He slowly but surely ran me down. See, it reached out and grabbed me right there. It pulls away a little bit. I thought, I got to start running it hard now. So I started tripling it back there on the back. You can't see it because it's blinded back there. And I made a mistake, like I said, on the camera settings. So I got around in there where he made a mistake. This happens several times. People were driving around and hollering. It was pretty awesome. So he's pushing it right through there. Closes in fast where I have to slow down right there. It's a made for exciting race. Yeah, let me stop here so I can comment there. I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, so I have on my GoPro, I've got several settings. On this situation, I'd always put it on activity, and it's got its normal settings, and it's good for fast movement, everything, good quality. I have one that I went through. I went on YouTube and found this guy because if you're indoors and it's dark, the low light is terrible. So I went through these settings, and it's called indoor. So I got it labeled indoor, and I was like, now I got it on indoor, so the lighting's better. Problem is, it doesn't like fast movement. It's a little blurry, and it's amplifying all the light. So, yeah, the settings really screwed it up. If I'd had that on activity, it'd be great quality, just like it was last time when I was here. And that was just a stupid mistake, and I hate that. I apologize. So here we go. Let's get back to the action. See, I got a little gap on him, and I mess up right there, and he closes right on in. So he's hammered down right here. Watch how fast he closes on me right there in that jump because he's got that speed coming up that jump, and I don't. So now we're right on each other. And, of course, you can't see because of my dumbass settings. So let's see how we come out of the light back here. So he made a mistake. I pulled away a little bit. But here it comes. Watch him close in right here because I have to go slow right there. Here he comes. Super fast close in right there. Nothing I could do about it. Is either I was going to wreck if I didn't drive it like that. So I had to just hang on and hope for the best and try to make it up somewhere else. Let's see here. Of course, I can't see it here. I don't remember. I got through there pretty good, apparently. I think I was tripling at that point because he was on me. I had to get much speed. Struggle right there. I did okay there, but still he closes in on me again. And right through that S section, it just wouldn't rotate like his was. Those wrong tires. And he stuffed it in the pipe, so I get away a little bit again. And I messed up right there. You hear Dave go, it's because I messed up back there. So he's right on me again. I go a little wide. Here he is right on me again. Now we bump. And I just muscled through there. He got sideways and I bumped. So we got hit again. Oh, we wrecked right there and both landed on tires, thank goodness. And he got around me right here. Now, right here, I set up for it, and you can't see it, but I went over the top of him back there in the left corner and made the pass. Just hammered it down and took it. I saw it coming, and I set up. I'm going to jump over the top of him. Got lucky, actually. So here we are. We bump right here. He stops and lets me go. Super, super nice. Not sure if I'd done that or not. I probably would. Maybe I would have. So, yeah. Had to edit out what I said. So here we are. We're still close. I pulled away just a little bit. He crashed right there. So now, minute 45 to go, and I'm thinking, man, all I got to do is just cruise it home. But you can't because he's got so much more speed. And I made a mistake somewhere. I think it was in that back right corner. Yeah, there we go. I messed up right there. I'm closing in a little bit there. It's like Dave said, I think it's called a rocket. I hit that jump just like I always have, and something reached out and grabbed it, flipped it over. So I wrecked back there again. Luckily it landed on the tires, but it cost me a little bit of time. I'd go slow through there. Didn't wiggle anymore. Got to keep it stable there. He is flying right now. He is pushing it, and I'm just trying on cruise control, trying to finish. There he wrecks right there, and I'm like thinking, okay, great. So I can pull away a little bit more. Yeah, just like Willie said, he's going to make Ben come catch him. That was the plan. I was just going to take it easy and just old man mentality, I guess. I'd drive smooth and keep it going and make him push it and make a mistake. So I think right here on this triple, I think I shorted it and flipped over. Yep, there it is. And here he comes. We're right back on me before you know it. He flipped over, but Dave was like, oh my gosh. Then I come down here and I'm so happy I'd roost these guys. That was fun. So that was one of the most fun races we've had in a while. There's been super cool guy. Got the age on me, but I got the experience. So yeah, it was fun. Will, good to see you on here.
For the longest time, I just took it easy.
Yeah, I was telling him. I kept taking it easy, and he'd catch me. He was pushing it. He said, "Yeah, I was pushing it." So you see, the car looks like been through hell, real dusty. You see where all the dirt is on it from spilling on it. So there's Aiden Cone. He was helping them pit. David was looking to see how much fuel's in it, so we'll pick it up and you can see through the side how much it's got. See those triple Ds? They were awesome. That was fun. I said that because the last two times I've had him pit for me, I forgot to hit the record button. So I did that this time, but this time I screwed up the setting on it. So yeah, I appreciate it, Texas. It was awesome. Yeah, everybody was coming up to me and telling me what a good race it was. It was fun to watch. Yeah, so we run over there and go over there and do the pictures. I think I'm going to have to stop this. It's going to be me talking here in just a second.
We're going this way?
So, yeah, nice little trophies they got. It's pretty neat. They did a good job. This is a Steve Raddatz race, memorial race. He died in an airplane accident. It was one of their main guys back in the day. For 13 years, they've been doing this racing. All the proceeds go to his charities that he liked and everything. So, pretty neat deal.
I'll dump it out over there.
I've been several times to this race. It's always good times. I think it's usually their biggest one. It's been much bigger in the past. Okay, we'll stop that. Nobody won't see all that mess. So yeah, it was a blast. And yeah, I said that yesterday. I needed that in a bad way because my motivation has been smashed, and that's exactly what I needed. So, and I almost didn't go because I was feeling so down, and I didn't know if I really had the money. My head is sitting crooked. It looks backwards on here. So, and yeah. Then I broke in the first two heats. I'm like, man, what is going on? I don't ever break. I usually am one of the most durable cars out there. And it's just one of those luck things yesterday. And I was like, oh, boy, surely I'm not going to break anything in the main. So, yeah, I needed that like kick in the pants. That was really good, fun. It reminded me of how fun RC can be. When we race nitro more than anything, it's usually one-sided because you usually got one guy that's faster than other guys, at our level anyway, because, you'll have a new guy or a guy that's not quite as experienced driving, and one guy will pull away and lap everybody. There's hardly ever any good racing, but every now and then. Now, E-Buggy's there's a little more of it than that, but in Nitro Buggy, for whatever reason, I think it's the experience. Some people don't have the experience in it, and one guy will have a lot of speed and not the durability. There's hardly ever two evenly matched people there, and we weren't really evenly matched. He was faster than I was. I was faster than he was earlier in the day, but my tire mistake cost me. The car wouldn't rotate like it was, so the track came to him and went away from me, kind of. So, but it made perfect racing for us to be right together. He had probably a little more mistakes than some people would have, and that had part of it. I had more mistakes. That was part of it, going back and forth. It was fun. Let's see what this is here. Sorry, pit chick's downstairs texting me. So yeah, that was. It was a lot of fun, and like I say, it was very much needed. Had a good time. And then David ran E-Buggy and E-Truggy. And the second heat, I think, he pulled away and got the TQ by like 7 seconds. He was killing them. And then in the main, he pulled away and then started making mistakes and let him have it. Same thing in Truggy. Truggy was even worse. He had it covered for at least 8 minutes and was killing it, making clean, consistent laps. And then when Benz was back there, he said he started watching him and started messing up. It was like 8 minutes on the dot. He started making mistakes, and I think he ended up second. So, but he got on the podium in E-Buggy and Truggy, so that was good. So, if y'all are on here, make sure you say hello. We're in here to chat. Anybody else was at the race or had a race they went to? Let's talk about it. Let's see. I'm going to take this screen off here. So I'll take that. Okay, what car do I have? Kyosho? No, it's a HB Racing. I'm sponsored by HB, so I have a HB Racing D819 RS Nitro car. I've got a E18 819 RS E-Buggy. Now, I just sold my D418 four-wheel drive mod buggy to Devon Bear, and he TQ'd and won yesterday with that car. I mean, the car looked great on track. That's the first time it's been out. Well, second time it's been outdoors. I never ran it outdoor. But it's just a super good car. So yeah, the turnout was good. This track is pretty neat. It's a club ran thing. They have a pretty good bit of pretty good group of guys running it. They're right next to an airplane flying field. They got a runway over there that's city owned, I think, and they get to run it how they want out there. And that's kind of where we're headed. There's a airplane flying RC club in Alabaster, not far from my house, that we're talking to them, see if we can work out kind of the same deal. I hate to do it outdoors, but at least at first, that's going to be what we're going to have to do. So we got a couple more weeks. Not this weekend, coming up weekend, but the next will be our last race. Then we're going to get the dirt moved out. Hope we can get something nailed down and take it there instead of in my backyard, which is what the plan is for now. So, see, I got there yesterday. Yeah, we decided late night, Friday night, that I was going to go, and I got up at 3. I think I wound up leaving here around 4. Got to the track, got the trailer ready, and I have to get it roadworthy. And I left the track about 5. Got there about 7:30, and took my time. Didn't have to get in a big hurry. I got one good practice run to tank of fuel, and the tune was off a little bit. I had to make some adjustments to that. It's still, here I go again. That engine, that M5S, ever since I've been running it in buggy, it's got a weird idle issue. If I get it to run right on the top, the idle is kind of funny. I have to run a bigger idle gap, and run it a little lean, so it revs up a little bit, but it seems to run good and finish the race. So Will says that sounds promising. It would be better to do a one-day run to deliver the dirt. Yeah, the dirt removal is going to cost us somewhere around $2,500, give or take a little bit. Maybe as much as $3,000. And I think that's going to suck up about everything we have after we get whatever we get from the race. Maybe unless somebody's super generous for what we got put up right now and what we should make from that race. That's going to about break the bank. So we're going to get it gone one way or the other. The next project is we got to get somewhere to store all the indoor stuff. So our goal is to buy a Connex box, one of those delivery boxes, smaller one probably, and we could put it out here, I guess, with the dirt, and maybe it could eventually be a base for the driver's stand on the next track and storage as well. So I think that would work out great, but we may have to come up with a little extra money to do that. So that's still in the works. But yeah, if we have to move the dirt here and then to another location, we're going to have to pay that money twice, which is going to be rough. I don't know. It would probably be a little quicker moving it from here to Alabaster because we wouldn't have to break it up and everything. So after that race, we're going to take the pipe up, get all the nails and everything, and take the bridge out. I guess we'll bring the bridge here too. I don't know if we're going to run it. The plan was we're fixing to do the layout, and we're going to do it without the bridge, just hang it up on the wall, but not doing that now, obviously. So let's see here. What else we got? Let's see if I can pull up. If I can find out how to pull up David's race. I'll pull up the.
Unlock your Pro 10.
Oh, we got an ad going.
By our supplies and bulk and save at michaelspro.com.
All right, so let's skip all that mess. All right, so let's see if we can put. Why do we have to move the track? Our landlord owns a metal fab shop next to us, and his business is growing and expanding, and he needs the space. So no ill will or anything. He's just taking it over pretty much. Nothing we can do about it. And when he bought the property, he told us it might happen. He had every intention of doing this. He feels bad about it and everything. It's just a business decision, nothing personal, nothing we did wrong. what we have there and the price we pay is unheard of. So it's been great. It's been a 15-year run, but we're being evicted in a nice way, I guess you'd say. So we got to come up with something else. We knew it was coming. Well, we didn't know it was coming. There was a hint of it 2.5 years ago. When he did it, he said maybe a year, and 2.5 years went by, and we thought we were good. So now it's over. So we got to come up with something else. This is our indoor track here in Alena. It's not the one I was on yesterday. So yeah, we're looking for a place. We're getting our dirt out, getting all this, all the electronics and things we can salvage out of there. And is what it is. We're having one last big race on the October 7th through the 9th. HB Racing, my sponsor, is donating an e-buggy to give away. We're going to raffle that off. That'll be some money toward all the proceeds are going to go towards the track. We're going to take donations. We got a GoFundMe. Hopefully we're going to have this race is going to be huge. We're going to get a decent payout from that to go towards our next track. And every bit of proceeds we get from raffles and giveaway, we may have a few giveaways. I'm not sure who else is going to jump on board. And we're trying to raise money to keep the track going in some way, shape, or form. So right now we got to get our stuff and get out and then take the next step. So just a little bump in the road. So let's see. Let's go back to this. Share screen, share Chrome tab. So this is David's trucky race. He takes off and leaves them pretty quick here, I think. I was up on the driver's stand with a GoPro on my head, still on indoor setting. The light is good with this setting, but it's a little blurry, so it's not as good as it should be. So that's David. He was on his second. He started second, so he's going to get away here at some point. Yeah, there was a mistake by Ben. So right here, he trucks all on and runs a bunch of clean laps. I thought he was going to walk away with it. He runs a long time without mistakes. And he's running this Techno buggy on 3S. I don't know if y'all saw where Little Bump was doing that. I think he's got some of the boost and turbo settings cranked up and running a 3S battery. Just a little wide right there. So he was on here. I'm not sure if he's still on or not. He was disgusted with himself because he had this race in the bag and the e-buggy. E-buggy fell apart a lot earlier, but about 8 minutes in, Ben started running down a little bit, and he says he started watching his truck, see where he was. He started making mistakes, and he just drove like a madman. Yep, there he is. Sorry, Dave. So, and then the e-buggy race, Trevor Michael was right there next to me on the stand talking to Willie the whole time. It was really weird. No, Willie didn't care. He's just having a good time. So I was just trying to keep quiet and not make anybody mad or distracted. So I say, it's like I lost track of him right here. There he is on the left side. Going down the straightaway. He was running reflexes. I think they were blue, if I remember right. We had fun. Regardless, we had fun. It was good for both of us to get out and have a good time. David just came back from the Georgia Peach State Classic, whatever they call it. Had a good time there. His truck handled that section right there way better than the buggies. I saw it did grab his buggy a little bit, not quite as bad as mine. Yeah, green reflex warning, he says. So yeah, I can show that on the screen. That's pretty neat. Yeah, you like to get hit on the straightaway right there. I think green was probably the good choice. David said it was a little off. He didn't quite. He needed triple D's the way he needed. A little bit of that loose stuff, it would have cut through it a lot better. I wish I would have went with those green Cosmos in mine, but it is what it is. Honestly, on mine, I put those blue subcoats on there expecting to run later and be drier, but it would have been like this. It would have been the same thing. So, we just needed a fresh set, he says. Yeah, that probably would have been better because the track was good right now, I think. Triple D's, that's what we were talking about that yesterday, that Triple D's is a great tire for Truckee, but it shreds them. And on Buggy too, but Truckee especially was my favorite tire, with the exception it didn't last long. The Reflex is probably the best tire for just about anywhere on Truckee, being the fact that it lasts longer. Truckee was looking good, consistent. It was soaking up all the stuff that was kicking my car's butt. It was soaking it all up much better. Especially this section right next to the straightaway, that little rut was kicking me off. It didn't seem to do anything to the Truckee. Heavier, wider, got a bigger tire. Rotate, man, that truck rotates great through there. I was sitting there thinking the whole time this is over because he was driving so good. Yeah, it was. That's Ben right there. He's not far behind, but he's not super close. He messes up right there. He's pushing it. He pushes it a little more, and look, it costs him a little bit here and there. This thing is saying my connection's unstable. Hope I don't lose it. I'm upstairs. So David, Will's asking, did you put the updated discs in the Truckee, David? David said, yep, new parts with old cups. I heard him say that once yesterday. All right, so here, I'm not sure if that's – no, David's right there lapping some folks. He's not quite to the point where Will – yeah, he gets a little slow down there getting through this traffic. But everybody was really good. I noticed this orange and yellow truck, he's one of the club members there. He was really good about giving him room. He'd get out of the way. That back triple, the Truckee soaked it up much better. He could come up, he could jump all the way up to the approach of this triple. He had to be careful not to overjump it, but he could hit it harder than I could. And that's the same thing that Ben was doing in my race. He could hammer down and make up a lot of time right there. I couldn't do it without crashing every other lap. Yeah, Will said, anybody get trotted? No, trot wasn't there. So, no, somebody probably got trotted by somebody, but mine was all my races are pretty clean. Me and Jeremy and I raced pretty hard in that second heat, back and forth, pretty evenly paced, I think. And we made a mistake here and there, but I think we drove pretty clean. I think I had anybody really give me problems. Oh, David overjumped that one. Druggy's got a lot of power. I wonder about that 3S thing, how that would work in a buggy. I've only heard people doing it in Druggy for some reason. I'm about due for new batteries in buggy. Yep, now they're on each other. So now this is where it goes south. Ben's right on his tail here. David says he was paying too much attention to where he was at. Start making little errors. I don't know where the pass was. Maybe right there. No, they were still right on each other. It was really good racing. They always end up racing each other in Truggy. Pretty tight. A little wide there. Ben's tight. Ooh, he tripled it. Oh, that's where you're wrecked. So yeah, Bricado got around him right there, I think. So David says Gary Student, I don't know how to say that, runs 3S in his buggy too. He helped me with the Truggy setup also. I'm curious about that. Buggy seemed like it'd be even better because the buggy's always too much anyway. Does he run a 1900 in that? I guess it still does the same motor. I take that back. A long time ago, there was somebody, Jeff Harris, I think, used to come to the warehouse a lot. He ran, if I'm not mistaken, he ran a 3S and a short course motor. He didn't do any of those crazy turbo and timing setups. Truggy's a 2250. So, yeah, he ran some kind of short course motor that didn't draw as much current and a 3S. And it was like some super lightweight something they called it. And it was pretty dang good, but that was a long time ago. That's the first time I ever heard anything like that. So there's the end of that. Let's go back here and take that off and remove this. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I just don't mess with e-buggy that much. Now, I've got two S packs now, shorties. Here I go again. They're on their last leg. I've got to come up with some new ones soon. So, okay, that's Jason Smith is messaging me. He's selling his trailer. Let's see if I can comment. All right, so yeah, Jason Smith Fire Dog is selling his trailer. If anybody's interested, his name's Jason Smith. He's one of our club members. So I turned that screen off. So yeah, that was David's Truggy race. Let's see here. Let me go back.
People are always asking.
We gotta watch another ad to get the buggy race on.
It's outside. We give our cows more time outside because happy, healthy cows make better milk. Organic Valley from outside with love.
Audiences agree. The most amazing.
Okay, let's see. I got this in progress somehow. Share screen. Chrome tab. So this is David Z Buggy race. This is a pretty stacked field, pretty full field. In other words, driver stands full. There's Willie and Trevor Michael standing there talking to Willie the whole time. And David had a TQ by a long shot, and he pulls off to an early lead. And they all go to wrecking. And David Z Buggy's good. So you can hear Trevor talking to Willie during the race. This was, I guess, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, something like that. It's really not too late. You know, we've been at this race before. We were racing until 2 o'clock in the morning. So that was pretty good, I think. I ended up getting home at midnight because I dropped the trailer off, so I didn't have to do it today. And then I got up earlier than I should have and started working on editing these videos to get them out today. There's another ad popping up. They're trying to sell you on StreamYard. But those ads that pop up in my videos are how I get paid for it. So I doesn't get paid when I'm watching it, so I can turn it off. But y'all can leave them on and watch the whole ad. That'd be great. Go buy something. That's great too. So let's see if we can find David again here. I'm sorry, I got distracted. There he is. Straight away. I might be lapping somebody already. I'm not sure. Oh no, that guy was. Forget that guy's name. He's the one that ended up winning. He was fast. I wasn't expecting he can drive. Oh, super chat from David. Thank you. That's nice. I found out YouTube collects 30% of those. So why it turns up $4.99, I don't know. So a lot of times you see them, it's not a round number. It's weird. Thank you, David. So I'm hoping I'm on my first month of monetization. I think I have to reach $100 threshold. Slowly creeping up there. I got to get more views somehow. I'm not sure how that works out because I've got more super chats than I've got money in there right now. So it's almost like that's not adding in there. So David's looking good right now. At this point, he's looking untouchable. Again, just like in trucking. This race was before trucking. I played trucking first. And working those corner marshals. I would have liked to volunteer more. Okay, let's see. It's $1.99 on up, but everything is somehow in 99 cents. It's weird. I've noticed that on watching other people's too. Lisa asked me, why is it not go around to $1? I don't know. It's one of those YouTube things. I don't know what these things got little stars beside them mean. I can click on the star and highlights it, I guess. So look at the dust. It's starting to dry out a little bit. You see a lot of dust coming from the cars. Oh, big barrel roll right there. I don't know if I've ever seen that many barrel roll. So that might be where Ben got by him. Or no, the other guy was already by him at that point. That guy was flying. See, I think he was struggling right through here. I can't see it real good. I got the bigger screen. So this setting is great for the lighting, but it's a little blurry, so it's not super high quality. It should be 1080p, but the setting is wrong. Should have been on activity. It's great for like in here where I'm being kind of still. If I move real fast, it jitters a little bit. But Mike White, he ended up leaving. They thought he broke and didn't go across the line or something. They pushed him across the line, which was a bunch of questions. Devon was questioning all that. Devon got up in there in the mix too and got on the podium, I think. No, he wasn't quite on the podium, but that guy goes off the track somewhere. They were looking for him. He went off in the big, tall weeds. Yeah, the guy couldn't see it. He just had to go over and start looking. Oh, we got to watch an ad. That's good. That means my monetization thing is working. So, yeah, David had the car to beat, and he was pretty upset about not taking this one. Just mistakes. Car was good. He's running clean laps. Yeah, that's right. Maybe we need to work on the shock package. I can tell you, my car, if I get the shock package just right, like I run it now, it's easy to drive without crashing. If I make an adjustment to it and get it off just a little bit, it's like a crash at random times where I wouldn't normally make a mistake. Like it doesn't soak it up good. So maybe we should try running a similar shock package to what mine is and see what happens, just for the hell of it. I can just like if I go to emulsions, I think I told you that yesterday. If I go to emulsion on mine and start crashing, same if I go to bladder on nitro buggy, I start crashing. It just doesn't like the balance. The car doesn't like it. Yeah, they're talking about the guy that was over there looking at this guy on the left right here. He went looking for the car. He's the one that they call him the track master. He works the dirt and keeps it in good shape. Does a good job. Oh, yeah, David went to Blair's on his car up for this race. So maybe it's maybe that piston setup is a little too aggressive. No, mine, like I told you, if I do the MIP pistons, mine's faster in places. But Willie, this right here, Willie's jumping up how to fit. He said he was looking at somebody else's car, and he was up against the water tanks over there trying to drive the car, but he was driving another car. So they finally put him down. So yeah, and then mine works good with that piston and that shock oil only. When I got to go down the shock oil, it don't like it. It's real weird. I found that happy spot, which is I think that's what you got to do. You got to find what it likes. Maybe it needs for me, it's like a bigger hole piston with a thicker oil. Got Devon running my setup on his e-buggy now. And he's convinced that it's definitely legit, as several other people have said too. So, getting messages from YouTube, I guess he's telling me I'm live. I'm totally lost now. I know I'm following him, but I can't find him on the track now. Something crazy going on the straightaway right there. Oh, there he comes. On the left side. Down the straightaway. Another thing I noticed is the lady calling out the times on the computer was off sometimes. It would say somebody else is in the lead, and y'all had already passed the line and changed that. You definitely was wrong a couple of times. I guess the computer had it right. It's just the announcer was behind or something. So let's see how much time we got left. She just said, but I couldn't hear. Oh, 5 seconds. There it is. Then the computer kept saying Jarvis Hogan. It's Hogan. Got a kick out of that. Even the guy announcer, he kept hearing. I guess he kept hearing it, and he finally called him Hogan too. I cut that off because David was not happy. Let's see. Going to try the VRP Pistons again with emulsions next. Yeah, may work. Yeah, it's behind the time we crashed. We crossed some laps. Yeah, I noticed that. Stop that screen. Okay. So yeah, that was our adventures. I recorded my heat races, and because I had the setting wrong and the sun was out more, you couldn't see any of the heat races at all. I put a little bit of that in there and voiced over on the video and explained what was going on and what I broke and everything. So there's no, I thought I was going to be able to make that video longer and have more content on it, but screwed that up. I got to come up with a way to not do that again. I guess you screwed up enough times, you finally figure out what not to do. So we got to put on the mic and make it on the headset and put the GoPro on my head and all that. And then all the things that are required for nitro race. It's a lot of stuff to keep up with. So totally worth it, though. I like having the footage. I think it's pretty entertaining. So let's see. What else? Who else is on here? Like people have gotten off. A little blip in the screen. That was weird. Just about to get used to this live stream. There's something banners over here. I don't know what that is. Create a banner. Let's try that. Add a banner. That didn't do anything. Oh, I can add it. Just write something that you can put something down here at the bottom. Brand, you can put a private chat with people while you're talking. I'm learning. So yeah, I immediately got home. Where did I go? I didn't have enough sleep. I had a long nap earlier. Got me sleepy. Trying to catch up on sleep from this weekend. So we'll go to bed early tonight and catch up and get a big day of work tomorrow started. So I guess I'm going to end this. And had a good time yesterday, and I appreciate David. We had a blast. I appreciate the help pitting because Lisa wasn't feeling good, didn't want to come. She doesn't like the traveling, riding the race and getting up early. So I can't get her to do that much. So it is what it is. Now, we had a good time, though. We definitely needed that, pretty good race day. I know David wanted a little bit better result, but he did good. And my main couldn't have went much better. The car was off just a tick because of the tire selection and the track change, but it worked out good in the end. So I had a good time. That was fun. I don't get to do that much, and I had to fight an ill handling car, and he was having to fight a fast car. So overdriving a little bit, trying to keep up, made it for exciting racing. So I think everybody enjoyed it. Everybody kept commenting to both of us that what a good race it was and how much fun it was to watch. So, all right, I'm going to end this, get back downstairs to the pit chick, so I have a little more time before I got to go to bed for work tomorrow. I missed a couple of days working out because of this, so I got to get back on schedule with that and get back on track and get ready for the next one. And so y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.